Hello and welcome to another episode of Professor Natalie Games. I'm Dr. Natalie Van Duzen, and I am a professor at the University of Alberta. I am a scholar who specializes in Old Norse language, literature, and culture, and I am reacting to God of War Ragnarok with gameplay by the wonderful Cleansed in Fire. So let's get to it.
Well, I hope Tyr's had enough time to find its equilibrium, or whatever.
Indeed. I saw flashes of the old god of war in him, but they were fleeting.
There is nothing wrong with opposing war, nor opposing prophecy.
I suppose that's fair. Never can be quite sure what the Giants meant by any of it.
Am I the only one that remembers they predicted our entire journey to Jotunheim? If the Giants saw Tyr leading armies at Ragnarok, then I believe them.
The question is how you'll ever make Tyr believe it. So, this whole spectral squirrel business, you can shoot out your feelings into little ghosties.
I suppose that is a slightly inelegant way of putting it. These spectral versions of myself are aspects of my personality that I often find distracting at best. My ability not only lets me cast them away and provide some temporary peace of mind, it also allows me to see what goes on outside the tree.
Why not just go look yourself?
As the eternal caretaker of the tree, I may not leave its confines. All part of the deal, but worth it for the immortality and such. My spectral forms still allow me to see the outside world, albeit through slightly colorful viewpoints.
That's one word for it. That bitter form of yours is a nasty piece of work.
I'm standing right here, you no-neck freak.
I'd apologize for him, but where would it end? Should I have anything else for you, you'll be the first to know.
Glad to see you back, young one. Come help me, won't you?
Oh, sure.
We can eat whenever you like, Kratos. The stew will only improve with time.
Glad you're in a better mood.
Yes. I was a little overwhelmed before. Forgive me. It's funny. Nothing seems to settle my mind quite like cooking. Being locked up for so long, you forget how much joy lives in the little things.
Atreus, eat.
Oh, careful, careful. Thank you. Enjoy. Enjoy, my friends.
Yeah. We'll see about that.
Here you are. A meal fit for a champion.
Enough. I said we would speak no more of that.
Yes, of course. Didn't mean to offend.
I'm not offended. It's just a word.
The word that clouds your judgment.
So, you really don't think it means anything? After the journey Mom sent us on? Everything we saw in Jotunheim? What was it all for? Don't you ever think about that?
Every day. But I cannot believe her purpose was to inspire you to take foolish risks.
But what if the Giants are counting on me?
What giants? I'm counting on you. To be safe, to be smart.
But-
Use the judgment of a man and not of a child.
But what if Loki going to Ironwood is the only way that...
Atreus. My son. And nothing
hungry anymore.
Forgive me, Kratos. My words were chosen carelessly.
You really should eat. Some people swear by it. On almost a daily basis.
I just don't understand. Why is there all this stuff about Loki and the champion and Ironwood if none of it's real? He's just so... Ugh!
Mind if I give you the best advice you've heard all day? And possibly ever? Sleep. That's when all the troubles of your mind work themselves out.
Sure. Fine. Sleep? Sounds great.
I mean it.
I do too. Get out of here already.
Already gone.
Ironwood.
Loki.
Let her.
I wish I'd known I was a god in Elfheim. I wouldn't have felt so bad about killing so many elves.
What's going on? Was that a mask?
I mean, just knowing we're gods makes me feel so much stronger.
Where am I?
It's all you ever talk about, over and over. Do something about it or shut up already.
Little people's little
We're
problems.
sick of hearing about little people's little problems.
Memories. And not nice ones.
We broke the gate. That was our only way to Jotunheim.
What do you want?
Let's go, Duma!
I don't understand.
Whatever. 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 Whatever.
Hey, don't run off.
Whatever.
Can you tell me where I am?
Whatever. 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 Whatever.
Will you stop? I gotta get out of here. Okay.
He should pay for what he said about Mother. But we're gods. We can do whatever we want.
Please. Please wait. Please. Why is this happening?
This is a much better knife than Mother's.
Please stop! Easy. Hey, where you going? Follow you? Okay, guess I'll see you around the other side. Where am I? Can you understand me? Oh, hi there. So, where are we going? Got it. I was having the weirdest dream and just kinda woke up here. Is this Ironwood? Any idea how I got here? I dreamt my way here? I mean, suppose I must have. I'm here. Scent? What scent? Oh, that might be Fenrir you're smelling. Wish I were here to meet you. There's a lot of you, huh? What's that smell? The air here, I don't know. Sweeter? Maybe it's these trees. You tell me if you were gonna eat me. That's a joke, right? I've never seen a forest like this before. Through here?
I'm not finished with it yet.
Ah!
The paint is made from the bark of the Ironwood trees. They absorb the memories of the forest so that the paint remembers too. Memories of the past, of the future. I'd hate to get blood on it. Oh, it's really you.
You know who I am? What's wrong?
I've been waiting my whole life for this moment. Huh. You look weirder than I imagined.
Oh.
Sorry. Was that mean?
Kind of.
Damn it. I'm already messing this up. It's just you're the first person that I've talked to in a very long time. And weird can be good.
Thanks.
Let's start over. I'm Angrboda. You must have a lot of questions?
Yeah. Where
Follow
are
me.
we?
You'll get your answers soon enough. Well, some of them.
When you said you knew me?
Like I said, you'll get your answer soon enough, Loki.
Right.
Is that not your name?
No. It is my name. I'm Loki.
Tola.
Whoa.
We're going to take a quick pause here so that I can talk about two things. I'm going to talk about Angrboda, and I am going to talk about Ironwood. So first things first, Angrboda. And before I even start, no, I'm not going to be talking about her race. I think it is completely irrelevant, and it is something that I knew was going to be coming up based on the many comments I had about this in the Gameology video that I did. I am a firm believer that the Viking Age and the Norse past is open to anyone who wants to enjoy it, and that interpretations of this past can be as open and inclusive as they want to be. I also have spoken fairly publicly and extensively in the past about sort of debunking the kind of myth of the white Viking Age. So I'll pop a couple links in the comments here, or rather in the description of the video, so you can go and check that out, and you can see where I'm sort of coming from and where this idea that there was, one skin color of people living in the Scandinavian region during the Viking Age is not something that's backed up by really any of the research and recent DNA analysis available to us. So just putting that out there right away. It's something that I believe really strongly in. I want this to be a place that is open and accessible and available to anyone. And I don't want anyone to feel as though they are not represented or not included in the discussion. So that being said, Angrboda. Angrboda in the mythology is not a good character at all. So this is a really interesting interpretation of this character in a lot of ways. So Angrboda means she who offers sorrow. And Angrboda is a giantess, and she is best known for mating with Loki. And from the mating of the two of them come the three beings that are destined to bring all kinds of misfortune and misery to the Aesir. That's Fenrir the wolf, Hel, and the Midgard serpent. So Snorri talks about her as being a giantess, and she is otherwise mentioned in only just once in poetry, in a poem called the Short Völuspá. So there isn't a lot about her, and she is absolutely not portrayed favorably in the mythology. She is meant to be a villainous figure. Her name implies that, nothing good is going to come out of her character and anything associated with her. And so it makes sense that the pairing of Loki and Angrboda would bring about these kind of three creatures that are bound to bring about nothing but bad things for the Aesir. So that's who Angrboda is in the mythology. The other thing is Ironwood. So Ironwood came up in a previous video, and I had said that I would circle back to it once we got there, and I am doing just that. So Ironwood is a forest in which giantesses reside, and specifically, seemingly, a forest in which Angrboda resides. So as always, I'll go back to the sources here and tell you what they say about this place. So the Seeress's prophecy, or Völuspá, in stanza 39 tells us, "In the east sat the old woman in Ironwood, and gave birth to their Fenrir's offspring. One of them in trollish shape shall be snatcher of the moon." And of course, Snorri kind of takes this and elaborates a little bit further on it. So he says, in the context of Gylfaginning, when they have the chapter on the wolves, so appropriate or the section on the wolves, it wasn't a chapter, the section on the wolves, so appropriate that we would have all of these wolves accompanying Loki as he goes to see Angrboda in Ironwood. So Hei, or Odin, replied, "An ogress lives to the east of Midgard in the forest called Yarnvid, or Ironwood. The troll women, who are called the Yarnvidjur, the Ironwood dwellers, live in that forest." And the old ogress bore many giant sons, all in the likeness of wolves, and it is said, or it is from here that these wolves come. So, with that, we will return to the action.
This way.
I'll, take my own path. Oh, wow. So, where am I exactly? I was in this weird fog.
Oh, I've heard the Utengard can be disorienting. Still, you're safe here in the Ironwood.
So, I thought Ironwood wasn't a real place.
Clever, right? Odin won't go searching for the Forest of the Giants if he doesn't think it exists.
Forest of the Giants.
That's what some people call it. Or called it.
What's that?
A brooch.
It's big.
Compared to?
I thought giants weren't all supposed to be... giant. So, what do you do here?
Paint, forage, survive, preserve what I can.
But why wait for me?
Because my destiny is to tell you yours.
Look out!
You've got
I don't think I've ever seen someone fight a Draugr that...
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, what were you doing before you came here?
Surviving Fimbulwinter. Wait, is that a thing around here? Did you know about it?
I did.
Is that chainmail? I wonder what Brock and Sindri would think of that.
Who?
Oh, they're kind of like uncles.
Kind of? You Midgard giants are strange.
They're dwarves, actually.
Still strange. Looking good.
Thanks! Wait, what?
It looks like you're going the right way.
Oh, yeah, totally.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I met another living giant. Maybe one who holds my destiny.
What?
Sorry. I'm just really excited to talk to you. Everything's okay, right? Yeah, I'm just in a magical forest that shouldn't exist. Talking to another giant and she's... yeah. Whoa!
Gotcha!
Thanks. Guess I'm still getting the hang of things here. Where are we going?
My mother recorded her visions, or prophecies. Thought you might like to see them.
Where are your parents?
They're not around.
Are they...
Hey, I know you have a lot of questions, but not this one. Okay?
I'm sorry.
Loki! I've got it. Tell me when. Let go! Form them!
Quite well. Like a champion, even.
Thanks. You too.
Hang on. Okay, now you.
Whoa.
That's Evie's medallion. Race you across?
What?
Go!
Okay.
Just pausing briefly to mention that Evie is indeed a verifiable figure in the mythology. He is mentioned in the Poetic Edda in a poem called The Song of Grotti, and he's also mentioned in Snorri's Prose Edda, where he's actually the brother of Thiazi. So.
I can slow down!
Whoa!
First one off the medallion wins!
Well, you beat me.
I mean, already knew the path. It's kind of like cheating. We're almost to my mom's shrines, where she chronicled Groa's visions. It was her way of ensuring the legacy of our people would live on, despite the Aesir's best efforts. Oh,
Isn't that Vanya magic?
where do you think they learned it from? Here we are.
Do you live here?
Mm-hmm. This way.
Wait, is this my shrine? I've been wanting to see it again.
I like her.
For many
Okay.
giant. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I've seen this before, where we scattered Mother's ashes. It was on the wall. Everything had happened already, just the way it said. But this part was damaged. Oh, that's us. It's in the bag. Huh. Wonder who he is. Wait. No. No! It's not right. That can't be what happens. No. No. This isn't real. Ironwood's not real. Ungar's not real. None of this is real! Ah!
Hey! Whoa, you're okay! You're okay. It's all alright. It'll be okay. Look at me. Hey, calm down. Calm down. It's fine. Just breathe. Hey, breathe. Good. That's good. See, it's okay. Let go. Come on back. It's okay. You're fine.
Sorry. I don't know what happened.
Oh, don't worry about it. It happens to everyone.
That happens to everyone?
Not the wolf part, but getting scared about your future.
That cannot be my future. It says I serve Odin and my father dies. There's just no way.
Look, this is the only way things turn out. The sooner you accept that, the better.
Oh, shit, that was mean too. Look. Just forget about that now. Forget the future. Forget Loki. You're a giant. And you're clearly coming into some powers that you don't understand yet. Come on, let's take a walk. You can help me with something, and I'll teach you. You know, giant stuff. Come on.
Okay, so we have finally reached Ironwood and all on our own, not with Dad. So we're here and we have met Angrboda, and I am absolutely loving all of it. The imagery is beautiful, the character portrayal is beautiful, and yeah, I think it's really excellent. And we're again coming back to this idea of prophecy again and again. Weirdly, Tyr being kind of pro side of prophecy at this point by calling him champion. And I know that people have sort of mentioned that there are inconsistencies in things that Tyr is going to say. So I have been picking up on that a little bit. Um, I wanted to really quickly talk about something which has come up in the comments before, and that has to do with the number of sources that we've lost. So in my last video, I mentioned that the sources that we have available to us now represent just a fraction of what once existed. It's estimated that the manuscripts that survive and that we have today are probably representative of about 5% of what once existed. And that is just the written material. There's so much more beyond that that didn't make it into writing. So it was very much an oral culture, and these narratives were circulating orally for 200 to 300 years before they were finally written down after the arrival of Christianity, after the Latin alphabet was adopted. What we have is just a fraction of only those narratives that were committed to parchment, that were written down. So it is quite bleak. So on the one hand, we have comparative to the population, especially in Iceland, which is where the majority of this literature was produced and preserved. It's quite a lot. But on the other hand, we know that so much more is missing. The reason that it's missing is not a single reason. It's a lot of things. It's, the centuries and the many, many things that can happen in the span of 700, 800 years. And due to sort of disuse, these things being discarded, in some way damaged. The manuscripts that we do have, so many of them are extremely damaged. They bear the marks of having been kept indoors, where they have gotten sort of very blackened because of being smoky. There's also the fact that during the 17th and 18th centuries, a lot of the manuscripts from Iceland were taken away from Iceland and brought to libraries on mainland Scandinavia. So what this means is that the manuscripts were taken from Iceland, brought elsewhere, and things happened. There's been, for example, instances in which people were stealing manuscripts and selling them on the black market. I think that there's some kind of a film, a Swedish film about this happening at the Royal Library of Stockholm. And in Copenhagen, there was a very devastating and famous fire that ravaged through the city. And that fire, which was the largest fire in Copenhagen, which I should mention, the reason that the Icelandic manuscripts went there is because at this time Iceland was under the Danish crown. It was the largest in Danish history, this fire of 1728. So, a variety of causes and also various natural disasters. People were keeping manuscripts on farms, volcanic eruptions, flooding, various things that can happen to destroy books. In many ways, parchment is very, very durable. Also, Iceland was a super poor country for a very long time, and we have evidence that in some cases the parchment from books was repurposed. It's not it's not the happiest story, but we are lucky to have what we do have, and for a country of the size, it is pretty impressive, the amount of written material that was produced and preserved. So I'm afraid there's not one single answer for that sobering statistic, but I think that 5% is something to really hold on to, because it helps remind us that there is so much that we don't know, which I've talked about before, but I think that this is why Norse mythology is a really amazing space for game creators, filmmakers, TV producers, writers of fiction to really explore and try to envision what there may once have been. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you to Cleansed in Fire for this gameplay, and I'll see you on the next one.